Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Show here, and now, before we do begin, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things have happened. We had Deku. Deku, in the last part, a lot was going on with him. He discovered that him and Cassie were in a relationship. He discovered that after he came to in the hospital, 2 years passed. In this amount of time, a lot happened. Deku, he grew and actually became friends with a lot of people. Supergirl, she went from hating him when they first met, having distrust and disdain, to finding Deku to be curious. He was different. He was strange and odd. Then it went to from her hating him to respect. That respect turned to trust, and then eventually friendship. Now, over the course of 2 years, Deku and the Young Justice team members, they tried to work to stop the light. And Deku, he worked as their spy, unknowingly and without him even realizing it. Now, over the last 3 weeks, Deku tried to rediscover his life, rediscover what he did, everything that he did. He's still trying to deal with Wally, finding out that he died, finding out that he sacrificed himself for the world. Every day he found out new information, and it felt like he was starting over. He saw Wally's birthday. He saw the way he acted, the way he was. He was, well, he would have been a good Flash. He was just like him. Silly, goofy, and fast. Now, in the last part, however, something happened. Deku discovered what happened to Metropolis. He discovered that Metropolis was nuked by the Joker. And of the people who died, Lois Lane was a part of it. Now, Deku, he rushed back to the city, rushed back to action. His little time off, his little escapade, needs to come to an end. Right now, Lois Lane's dead. And Deku, he needs to go see Kal-El. He needs to go see Clark, not Superman. Now, Deku came to Superman. And right now, Kara, she was there. Her cousin was in ruins. Clark was in shambles. And Deku, yeah. He heard that Clark was spending some time in, well, Kansas. Metropolis, yeah. It's still, people are still discovering bodies and survivors. Now, Deku, he currently does walk up to the farm. And right now, there is where Deku, he does come to sit down on the steps and look directly at Clark, who does have his head in his hands. Hey, where have you been? That's a long story. Listen, Cal, are you doing okay? No, no, I'm not. There's so much happening. Lois, everybody, all of them, all of it. They're gone. Lois is gone. Jimmy's dead. I just don't know what to say. Cal, I'm sorry. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna recover, okay? What happened? What happened was bad. What, bad? That's what you're saying about it? No. Clark will go to turn to Deku, expressing, it's more than just bad. He doesn't. What? What does he think happened? What does he think he lost? Now, right now there actually is Kara, who would come to walk out and see Deku. And right now there actually is Ma and Pa Kent, who they do go to walk out and see Clark. Right now, Clark, he's sort of, well, lashing out. And Deku does try to help. He does try to help Clark calm down. Now, Deku does try to tell Clark. He understands that he lost a lot. He lost Lowest. He lost his city. People, they may have lost faith in him. And right now, Cal got to cut him off. Does he really not understand what he lost? Now, Deku would turn somewhat confused. And right now, there is where he does have a flash of a memory. And then his face does turn pale white. He stares at Clark with a sense of realization. And Clark does look at Deku, a bit confused. Before he does remember himself, that Deku, he still does have his memory loss. That's right. Now, Clark just remained silent. And Deku, after he did remember, he did bring his hand up to his mouth, thinking for a second. Oh my god. He lost his child. Now, Deku just sit there for a second. Another Kryptonian could have been born, given a chance to exist. But Joker, what he did. Now, Deku, he does get to clench his fist. And right now, Clark is going to see that. As Deku, he'll get to turn back towards him and express to Cal, he's sorry. Now, Clark would stare at Deku. And Deku would go to stand, explaining to Cal, he could have stopped this. Now, Clark would go to look directly at Deku. He doesn't blame him. Deku told him before, this world needed change. Proper change. Proper intervention. Clark gave the same talk he did to Kara and Deku that he got himself from his father. This world, yeah, humans are stubborn. They're not going to change overnight. They're not going to change within hours or days. Trying to convince one to divert from their own nature, it's a hard thing to do. Because they themselves either don't see a problem with it, or they might not even realize how destructive it might be. Kryptonians, yes, they were far more advanced. But is that a good thing? Advanced humans, would they be good or bad? I mean, modern day humans compared to modern day Kryptonians, they're still kicking. But the Kryptonians, who were more advanced, I mean, did the humans not burn as bright? Or did the Kryptonians just burn too bright? I mean, their fuse was lit. Both are, yeah. But one just burned faster. One got driven to extinction because of something else. Now, Deku just sit there quietly, thinking about it. Clark lost a child. Clark lost family. More than what he could understand. Now, Deku is going to stand and tell Kal-El he's going to be right back. Now, right now Deku, he does know quite a lot has happened. There was a report, and there actually is what the League has picked up on, and what the world has picked up on. The League, they know that Kal-El murdered the Joker. And Deku knows it as well. Yeah, he wanted to do it already. But Clark beat him to the punch. But the reason why he murdered the Joker and why he wanted him dead are different. Now, Deku right now, he does try to check in. And he does check in to Young Justice. Now, there currently is where Deku, he does arrive in the base. After he does come to arrive with a quick zooming flash, there is where everybody, they do look over towards him. And right now, a lot of them, they're still trying to recover themselves. And Deku, he does actually somewhat understand. There's Connor. Apparently Connor, he doesn't see Superman the same way. With the death of the Joker and the fact that he's still trying to recover from Lois, it's not good. But right now, Deku, he does get to walk over towards the television, where a lot of people are gathered, sitting down and talking. And right now, they're actually, so Deku does look towards Connor and see him. Connor's covered in bandages. You okay? Now, Deku does look at him. And right now, Connor, he does look down, away from Deku, not wanting to look towards him, not wanting to tell him what happened. Now, Deku does look around, before he does try to ask, where's Scar? Now, there actually is where Tim, he does flinch at hearing that. Before, he would go to turn and try and tell him, Gar died in the blast. Wait, what? Garfield. He and Superboy were in Metropolis. When the blast happened, Gar died. I thought I had it. Deku looking towards Superboy. And Superboy would go to look up towards Deku, holding up his bandaged arm. He thought he had Gar safe. He turned to a mouse and he just grabbed onto him for dear life. But whenever he came to, the next time he saw Gar, he was human again. He was in his arms. He was bleeding and he felt his body go cold. Now, Deku, he does hear about this. It sounds so bad. Now, Deku, he does look towards Cassie. And right now, he does at least get to walk over and pull her into a hug. Now, Deku, he does try to understand a few things. And right now, there actually is later. Deku, he's taking a shower. He has a lot on his mind. He has a lot to say. I mean, a lot to do. But there's one thing that constantly pesters and annoys him. One thing chipping away at his own anger. The Joker. The Joker. The clown prince of crime, as people called him. Even Waller thought he was dangerous. Even Waller thought at one point in time putting him on the Suicide Squad would be far too dangerous. Hell, taking his life is the best alternative. If he can't do anything unpredictable, he is a safe threat. But even then, trying to find what the Joker can do, understanding what he can do, it's still hard to say. Now, Deku, he actually just pulled back his hand. And right now he was going to throw it out directly at the wall. Him cracking it, as Deku, he does still feel angry. Now, Deku does think as his hand, it is still in the dent. He needs to help Cal. Cal, he needs it. He's not going to be okay. Not for some time. Now, Deku does feel the water rush down his face. It feels hot. It feels good. One of the best showers he's had in a minute. Definitely. Then again, yesterday was a little better. Now, Deku, he's trying to focus. Kal-El actually crossed a line. I mean, one line that he's crossed before, but he's never thought about. Kal-El murdered the Joker. I mean, that's not really a bad thing, but right now, there's a few things happening. People are talking. People are curious and people are wondering. Who's responsible for this attack? What will they do? What will they say? Metropolis will be rebuilt and things will go back to normal, won't they? Yeah, he doubts that. Now, Deku, he's trying to think about this. So many memories, so many things he's still forgotten, so many things that he has remembered. Now, Deku, he feels bad. Right now, he's feeling guilty for Kal-El. If he murdered the Joker, if he didn't subconsciously hold himself back under red kryptonite, Lois Lane, the millions in Metropolis, they'd still be alive. Now, somebody would go to walk up behind Deku, and right now Deku, he would feel the person wrap their arms around him. As, right now, somebody's head would go to pop over his shoulder. And Cass would try to ask him if he's doing okay, or if he's gonna just hog all the hot water. Hi, Cass. Deku bring his hand up to the side of her face. No, it's just, I don't know. I thought taking time to myself would be, I don't know how to explain it. I thought taking time to myself would have helped me. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay calm. But I feel like I'm seeing red again. I don't get it. I thought things would be okay. I thought some time off would help me. But it hurt. Cal. I don't know what to say to him. I don't know what to do. He's just by himself. Maybe I should talk to Kara. Kara knows him a little better, I guess. Maybe she's more open to talking to him than I could be. No. Deku is going to turn to her. And now he would go to ask, what does she think he should do? He wants to talk to Clark, but he doesn't know how. He's angry. He's still mourning Wally. He wants to help Cal because he's done a lot for him, but right now this. I mean, this is loss. He's never dealt with it like this. Now, right now Cass will try to explain. Deku, he needs to take some time. Talk to Kara. Right now they're all still mourning Wally too. And right now there's also Beast Boy. The fact that he died, it shocked a lot of people. Right now, they've all lost two friends. But what Superman lost, it's far worse. Hal? Why did I say Hal Jordan? Now, Cass will try to explain. Right now, Soups, he's lost a lot. This is something that he cannot hold against himself. Don't try to feel responsible for it. Right now, Superman, he needs to be by his side. He needs to talk to Kara. He needs to talk to somebody. They don't know what he'll do. I mean, yeah, he'll save the day, but do they even know if he can? He might be strong enough physically, but what about mentally? I mean, Joker wanted to break Superman, but he didn't. Right? Now, Deku, he does somewhat understand. And right now, while Deku, he would get a hold on to Cass, the two, they would finish their shower. Now, there actually is a bit of time later, where Deku, he does try to think about Beast Boy. A few of the things that happened with him. A few of the other things that happened with Clark, Wally, and, well, Lois. He met her once, and she was so inquisitive about what he does. Huh, it's funny. I mean, he wouldn't have expected her to be the type Clark likes. Huh, I guess the world does have mysterious ways. Some things that he doesn't understand. Now, right now, Clark, he's still mourning Lois Lane and their unborn child. And he does decide to head to the Fortress of Solitude. Now, Deku, he tried to find Clark. And whenever he did actually find Kara, he went to go talk to her. He wants to talk to her first for a few things, a few reasons. And right now, if he does go to walk up to a door and knock on it, there is where Kara will go to answer it. Her opening it, as Deku does stand there in the hallway. Hey, Kara. What's up? I heard that you were here. You didn't want to be at the base. Yeah, I didn't. So why are you here? It's about Cal. Now, Kara would step directly aside, allowing Deku to walk into her room at the Kent family farm. Now, Deku, he would walk in, look around, and then sit down. Before he would go to tell Kara, he needs to talk to Cal. Cal's been. Cal is hurt. And right now, they need to figure a few things out. They need to find out how exactly to help him. What do you mean? Cal lost a child. He also lost a love. Kara, as hard as it is for me to say, Cal needs us. As hard as it is for me to even talk about it. What Cal is going through, we need to be there for him. You don't think I know that? No. Deku would look up towards her. As she would go to explain, Kal-El is her cousin. She's been trying to look after him for a long time. Longer than he's even realized. On Krypton, he was an infant. She spent years worrying about him. She spent years thinking about what would happen to him on Earth. Hell, whenever she went into the Phantom Zone, she thought about quite a lot. She thought about what would happen to him. Is he okay? Is he sleeping? Is he eating? Is he doing anything? Cal was somebody she worried about. And then she comes to Earth and finds out he exists. He's a Zod on a planet with superpowers. He has done a lot to earn her respect. But Kal-El is family. That's different. Right now, Cal, he needs to mourn. And Deku, he don't snap back to Kara. Right now, Kal-El needs to talk to people. He needs to understand what he's going through. He's never been through something this extreme. Right. Sure, he hasn't. Cal's a superhero. He's lost people, Duville. He has lost many. But he does need us. I'll give you that. Now leave. Before I agree with you more. Kara, just because I'm a Zod doesn't mean I'm evil. Maybe you're not evil. But still. Kal-El needs time. He'll talk with us whenever he thinks he needs to. Whenever he thinks that he can. Okay? You're not the only one who's mad. Now, Deku, he would gonna turn and walk away. And right now he would leave the room. As he does decide to fly to Gotham. Now, we do actually have Harley Quinn. Who she sat there a bit surprised. Angry? No. Sad. She was sad. Now, Harley, she sat there sad and crying. Right now, Mr. J's dead. Mr. J, he did something that he's been trying to do for years. Send a superhero over the edge. With Batman, it was so hard, so challenging, so just, well, his nerves. But then there's Superman. With Superman, it was far too easy. I mean, the Boy Scout never had a villain who can challenge him this way. Not physically. Physically, he's a monster. Physically, he can understand and do so much. But a villain who tasked him mentally, who made him question things, who made him hesitate. A villain who broke him mentally. He might be physically indestructible, but mentally, he's just a man. Now, Harley, yeah. She does think about that. She was unsure of Mr. J's latest plan, unsure as to what was going to happen, but what happened she didn't expect. And right now there is over the roof, it does get smashed open. And right now Deku would go to float down and look directly at her. As Harley Quinn, we're going to look up at Duvilzad. Now, they're going to stare at Harley, trying to ask her, as he would go to step forwards, if she has any regrets for what she's done. Anything she'd like to say to him. Anything she'd like to say to Superman. Now, Harley would stare at him, and her blood runs a little cold. He's a kryptonian. He's the other one that Mr. J talked about. The one that, well, was scary. Now, right now Harley, she would stare at Deku and try to express. She wants to know why Mr. J had to die. To which Deku will going to scream back at her. Right now, her psycho clown had to die because he murdered an unborn child. Now, Harley would somewhat look at Deku surprised, and Deku just stare at her. Before he actually going to look down, I'm going to use X-ray vision. She's not carrying a baby, so why is the surprise there? Has she... No. No. Not her. Not him. They both couldn't be. Now, Deku could ask, what's her name? What are you talking about? Your child. What are you talking about? Don't lie to me, Quinn. I can see it. You've had a child. Now, where are they? Now, Harley was not going to jump up. Her screaming at Deku. Deku, he won't get to know. The fact that he does know, yeah, she can live with. But if he tries to murder her daughter, she's going to fucking kill him. She'll find a way. Now, Deku just stare at her, before expressing that she really shouldn't be a mother. And Harley would rush towards him, before smashing down her mallet directly at him. As the thing would go to shatter, and Harley's hands will go to hurt. Her dropping the mallet, feeling blisters in her hands. And Deku will go to stand there, expressing to Harley Quinn. What she did is take away something that a man wanted. What she did is take away something that Superman, he's thought about a lot. He knows a bit about Superman, but everything he's heard about him, yeah. Right now, Kal-El, what they did to him, what they did, it's done a lot. They think that they might have broken Superman, but with the fact that he murdered, they did. If Joker wanted to die by a hero, he got his wish. So right now, he'd advise her to stop while she's ahead. While Clark doesn't plan to murder her, that doesn't mean that he's above it. Now, Deku would bring up his hand, grabbing Harley by her throat, as right now he was going to pull her up and into the air. And Harley, she actually tried to fight against it, smashing down on Deku's arm. As Deku would tell her, as his eyes do glow red, if she ever tries to commit another crime, if she ever decides to try and work again, he is going to give her something she will remember. Because it's the last thing she'll ever see. Now, Deku, he would actually stare at Harley, telling her inches from her face, remember the glow of his eyes. It will be the last thing she ever does see if she commits another crime. Now, Deku go to throw Harley. And right now, after she does get tossed into some debris, she does get smashed down. And right now, she actually does bring her hand up, grabbing at her throat. Deku was squeezing hard, not gently, not like the world's made of glass. Right now, Deku feels immense anger. And right now, he does try to suppress it. Suppressing his rage. It's what he needs to do. It's what a soldier would do. Put their duty in front of emotion. But how long will that work for Deku? Because right now, we do actually cut to a ring. A ring that does lay there on the ground. However, it does slightly shift. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.